There were nearly 32,000 rape cases, that is approximately 88 cases per day, reported in India in 2022, the latest year for which data are publicly available, according to the National Crime Records Bureau. This also means that one rape was reported every 16 minutes in India in 2022. This number hugely understates how common sexual violence is in the country. Most incidents are never reported. Those that are rarely make the news. Once in a while, a particularly gruesome case leads to national outrage. So it went in 2012, when a 23-year-old student was gang-raped on a bus in Delhi before being left for dead by the side of the road. She later died of her injuries. Or in 2020, when a 19-year-old Dalit farm worker was gang-raped in the northern state of Uttar Pradesh, allegedly by a group of upper-caste men from her village. She too died. And so it has been over the past couple of weeks, following the rape and murder on August 9th of a 31-year-old trainee doctor during her night shift in a hospital in Kolkata, the capital of the eastern state of West Bengal. Women across the country have taken to the streets demanding safety from violence and equality at work and in public life. Doctors have gone on strike for better working conditions, yet outrage has done little in recent years to improve the lives of Indian women. The number of reported rapes in the country was higher in 2022 than a decade before. In 2012, this number was at 24,923 cases. In a span of 10 years, the number of rape cases increased by approximately 26%. Shocking, right? One might argue that the nationwide public protests in 2012 and 2020 resulted in more victims reporting such cases. But the question is, why such mass protests only have impact on female victims? What about the male community which is committing these crimes, why they are not getting affected or fearful? State-wise, the northern state of Rajasthan reported the highest number of rape cases across India in 2022 at 5,399 cases. Uttar Pradesh, India's most populous state and another northern state, ranked second that year with 3,690 cases. While central states like Madhya Pradesh and Maharashtra were at third and fourth positions with 3,029 and 2,904 cases, respectively. Haryana, another northern state, is at fifth position with 1,787 rape cases in 2022. Based on the top 5 states, it might seem that this issue is more prevalent in northern region. But other northern states like Punjab, Himachal Pradesh, and Jammu and Kashmir showed a different trend, as the number of reported rape cases were significantly less, around 250, 500. So it is difficult to pinpoint any specific region. Prominent states from East India, including Odisha, West Bengal and Jharkhand, also fared poorly, as all 3 states reported more than 1,100 rape cases in 2022. On the contrary, data from northeastern states indicated some positive signs towards the safety of women. Meghalaya, Arunachal Pradesh and Tripura, each state, reported less than 75 rape cases in 2022. Mizoram, Sikkim and Nagaland, all 3 states reported less than 15 rape cases in 2022. So why these northeastern states have historically a lower number of rape cases? Is it because of less population, better allocation of resources and infrastructure, less involvement of caste system or presence of army in some of these states? It is not clear. Maybe it is the combination of all these factors. But one thing is for sure, that these northeastern states are far better in ensuring women's safety. But what are the reasons behind the high number of reported rape cases across other regions? Beneath India's rape crisis lies many deep-seated issues that have existed for decades. Enduring class biases continue to permeate every aspect of Indian society. The vast inequalities perpetuated by the caste system contribute to a society where men of higher castes are able to commit crimes like sexual assaults with a lesser fear of punishment. These men target vulnerable women in lower caste groups. Women of these less privileged castes, especially Dalits, are more likely to be sexually abused, and victims can be bought, pressured, and threatened into silence. According to the National Crime Records Bureau's latest data, there was a 45% increase in reported rapes of Dalit women between 2015 and 2020. Cultural attitudes in India have allowed victim shaming to become a part of rape culture. Judgments passed from a victim's family, community, and even legal professionals deter women from speaking their truth, while allowing men to continue committing violent crimes. Women who are courageous enough to appear in court are often stigmatized and traumatized. This culture of victim blaming is one of the reasons rape has too often become the weapon of choice for young men who feel emasculated due to frustration with their employment situation, familial relationships, and societal pressures. One of India's biggest sources of the rape crisis continues the patriarchy. The desire to make women feel inferior and hurt is fueled by the desire in men to feel masculine. This rigid way of thinking about gender, what it means to be a capable man, and a woman's position in society has led to women being victims of horrific rapes. The patriarchal nature of Indian society also means that there is hardly any awareness about sexuality, consent, and treating women with respect and dignity. This reality exists largely because men set up Indian society to benefit men. Men and boys are not naturally violent, rather, the norms they grow up with make them believe that they are entitled to a woman's body and render them insensitive to the pain such assaults cause. Barriers continue to exist in India that prevent victims from receiving the justice they deserve. Many are unable to afford the financial expenses associated with taking action against their rapist, and victims from poor and marginalized communities often lack effective legal assistance. Furthermore, police officers and medical examiners have little to no respect for a woman's confidentiality. The two-finger test, a traumatizing and intrusive unscientific examination, is still used to detect whether a woman has been raped, despite its inaccuracy. The question then becomes, what can India do to end its rape crisis? The answer is not simple, but it lies in you. Please do subscribe and like for more such relevant updates.